Alrighty folks, welcome back to History Can Hold. My name is Adam, and today we're going to put together the UH-60 Blackhawk. As always, the links are found in the description below, and let's get started. First things first is going to be, once you get your print or your bag, of course going to be clean up all of the supports. You got a bunch of them in here, anything that looks like a tree, or you have a line here, obviously that ain't look like it's symmetrical. Best thing to do that is going to be get yourself a little pair of pliers or something you can jab in there and break it all loose. So we're going to start on that, and we'll get back to you whenever we get all finished. A quick side note, whenever you have things like this that are really delicate, it's best to actually take your pliers and break it like that, and then you can kind of just pop out the rest. Really helpful for when you got a bunch of really delicate stuff. Alrighty folks, once you got all your pieces cleaned up here, all the trash put off the side, now it's time to put the body together. It's always good to have a bit of super glue with you when you're doing this, just because it's really going to help make sure this thing is solidified together. First things first though, what we're going to do is take these, I don't even know what you call these, kind of trapezoid cubes, push it in there, as when then, you know, assemble the body like that. But make sure, actually wrong side, make sure though, you get some super glue in there to put your little pieces together. That that way they make sure they're together permanently and don't come out. I'm gonna be super gluing a lot of stuff in this because I'm gonna have little kids messing with this and it's gonna get beat up and thrown around, so don't want little pieces falling off. You don't need much super glue, just a little bit as shown. It does not take much. Now make sure you weren't a doofus like me the first time and you line it up perfectly. You can tell here you have this recessed part right here where the landing gear goes. You're gonna have that forward towards the cockpit. Push it together all nice and tight, and you're good. Now we're going to same with the rear. Put a little trapezoid shaped thing in, a couple pieces of super glue, drops I should say, and now we're going to put the rear on. And again, if you're having issues with it having these gaps like this, you don't have to use these little pieces in here. You actually take them out. It's just a lot easier to line it up, and you don't have to hold it, which can be highly annoying. So because that one did not want to line up like that, what we're going to do is I'll have it put together here, and we'll be back here whenever this dries so I can move it. Alrighty, while that body up there is drying, we're going to next work here on the rotor assembly with the blades of the rotor. So best thing to do here is they stick in like that. These ones you are going to have to super glue. They're not going to stay in that well. So the best thing to do here is put a little bit around the tip, hold it, rinse and repeat. So again, a little annoying, but best way to do it here. You probably want to have a nice table like this one here that I just built. Get something underneath it, that way in case you drop it, your parents or your wife will get mad at you. So make sure they all go the same direction too, with the raised side, the curved side facing up with the top of it. And you're just going to kind of hold it here, kind of make sure you get it all over the joint though. Again, a little annoying. We're going to hold here, we're going to fast forward and be back when these are all done. Alrighty, one of the best things to do while you're having these things glued is all helicopter blades, when they're sitting, have a bit of curve in them. So sit your piece flat on the ground here or flat on your table, and then you can get it to where they kind of halfway stick in there, and it'll sit flat here and have an arc coming up to your rotor assembly there, and that'll actually look pretty realistic and be a lot easier to glue. Alrighty, while this here is drying in the center of our table, we're going to work around it and put the rest of the body together. Next, what we're going to go on here is going to be the tail piece. Alright, it's going to stick right in there. You can shove it in there, but of course I'm going to glue it, as I said before, for little kids messing with it. If they drop it, it ain't the end of the day. Hopefully she stays together. I don't have to do another print. So again, there's a little recessed area, goes in that tab, got some glue on it, gotta push it together, and not do that. They said mistakes happen, glue failed, so I want to put that back together. If that happened, just re-glue it, because you know mistakes will happen when you're building stuff. Again, you don't want to force it. If it won't go all the way together, you can try trimming it. For now though, I'm okay with that. It ain't perfect, but it's pretty darn close to it. You see a little bit of a gap. So I'm going to glue the things back together and we'll be back. Alrighty, once we got everything now put back together and the glue is dried, we're going to continue with putting the rest of the tail back on. After this, now what we're going to do is we're going to put this in here like so. Again, it's going to kind of snap in that tail piece area right there. I'm doing it with the, I guess, cutout side in first. Try to help it lock in there. Yeah, this one I'm pretty sure you don't have the glue in there. It's not going to fit in there too well. So I'll put some glue inside of that right there. Well, stick together. There's probably going to be some Blackhawk pilot in the comments like, you put it together backwards, that's for this, that. But yeah, probably. But here we go. I'm going to let that sit off to the side now. And then hopefully you have this going. As you can see here, the blades look great. We'll take a look here. It's going to be perfect. Looks like I sit in a helicopter. Alright, and while this here is gluing together, what we're going to do is we're going to put the landing gear on. Now what you're going to do is there's two recesses right here. We're going to put a little bit of super glue in it. Focus. You got one here and one here. What you're going to want to do is you have a squared off side and a rounded side. Squared off side goes forward. Rounded side is going to go inside of that little hole we were talking about right there. Rounded here, squared off up here. And going to put it in there and let it sit. Spin it around, and let's do the other side. Anything, drop a glue in here. Drop a glue right here at that little point. Rounded one in the recess, squared off one there. Make sure she don't fall off on you, because she very well might. Alright, and then lastly with the tail piece, we got this tail wheel here. And then what you're going to want to do is the short one is going to go towards the back. The long one towards the front. Just like so. So what you can do for a third time, drop the glue, and stick it on there, and not have it fall off. That is embarrassing. So I'm probably gonna have to hold this. Oh, maybe not. She's not centered though. Again, you're not gonna be perfect, as you see. You can be perfect, but it's gonna be annoying to be perfect sometimes. Sometimes just good enough will do. It depends on how much you want your model to be perfect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold it there and let it glue, and we'll be back. Alrighty, now that the tail wheel and front landing gear are glued enough to where they will not fall over, which is always a benefit. We're going to do with the last two pieces. We got the tail rotor and the main rotor. So we'll start with the tail rotor first. Alright, as you see here, you got a hole. You got a hole here on the side, and this is going to fit perfectly in the hole there, unless you got a little artifact like I do. Right, focus. Unless I got one, you got one right there, that little artifact. We'll come clean up that artifact really quick. There we go. Again, super glue. This one's going to be in a weird spot, and you have to kind of hold it weird too. This is one of the bigger models, if not the biggest. And you're going to gently, more like just ease it in there. There you go, your tail rotor is in there. It's going to be at a cockeyed angle, don't worry about it. That's how they are on the aircraft and how it's supposed to be. It pushes your tail back and forth and helps keep the helicopter straight. And lastly, the rotors. Now the rotors just sitting here and spin and look fine, but again, because I'm going to be dealing with kids, I am going to glue this. Some glue in there. And there you go. You have UH-60 transport / attack / universal helicopter right there.